everyone, rated Dashing Womblewood. Hope everyone had a great Saturday. Hopefully all the dashes done really well. Bloody hell, this shirt don't knife. It's rather bright. Yeah, so hopefully you all the dashers and Uber Eats and Grubhub drivers did well, and whichever other gig apps that you drive for you did well. You made some money out of it. Well, I didn't get started until later. It's about 2 AM here at the moment, by the way. But I didn't get started until about 6:15, 6:30 last night. I'd left the house late yet again, and got out to Leith Summit and got some petrol, needed petrol, and then went and got something to eat, because the Doordash map was great for the area that we delivering in Leith Summit. No. So well, let's go get something to eat then. Stuff it, wait for it to wake up. Anyway, ended up going to KFC. Haven't been into KFC. Well, I went last year. Sometime last year we went. The last time I'd ever had KFC was back home, and I hadn't had it here before. And it was like years ago back home. And anyway, had it. Looked on their menu this time around, because the last time when I got it last year, I didn't order right. Whatever I got, I weren't happy with. But anyway, this time around, I downloaded the app, read about it, and yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Wasn't that expensive actually. Anyway, I would recommend Vipping, like downloading the app and you can order it ahead of time. Seems like a better way to do it. You might get some rewards or whatever. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm going to be doing a section on getting some deals and that around town. The best way to Vipping, save some money on getting a dinner or whatever. I mean, I know a lot of us can cook, but don't want to Vipping bother to cook. Just eat out and in your area, in your designated delivery area maybe, or just make a sandwich and make a few sandwiches and take them on the road with you. That's what I would really do if it was just me going out on my own. That's what I would do, but it ain't. Anyhow, so yeah, it was my wife got a pot pie, chicken pot pie. Crust on it was real good. She liked it. It's only like about $5. Big as well. I'll put some pictures up here. Anyway, so yeah, got into work, got on the app. I actually forgot to take pictures of the clocks. Never done that before. Oof. Did forget that. Never ever have done that. So not happy about doing that. I only just found out as well just a little while back. So anyway, yeah, I mean the first job I think it was that I got was from the Mint, and that was a local one, and I can't remember. No, it wasn't. Actually, it was an Uber Eats one from the Mint, and it went down to Raintree Lake area, just off of 150, between Raintree Lake and Grandview. That area, if you know the area, that's where it was, off of there. And I was looking on the Uber map trying to figure it out where to deliver it to. I don't know, my flipping mind must have been the scatterbrain. It was, I don't know why I couldn't figure that out where it was going. But anyway, it paid well. He paid enough. Got it delivered. No problems with that. Took a picture, sent him a message where it was, and then that was it. On the way back, and on the way back, I actually got an offer from Carmen's. I don't normally go to Carmen's Mexican place, but it was paying well. I thought, well, maybe it's the price it was paying, which I can't remember what it was now, but the price it was paying was quite good, and thought, there's got to be a catering order. So we got up there. There wasn't an awful lot of cars out there. I don't know why, but anyway, yeah, it was a catering order. Took a picture of the bag. Dush gone. And what was it, catering order? Anyway, we had a couple catering orders tonight, and it was or last night rather. It was 2 a.m. here, and yeah, it was. I mean, maybe the one at Carmen's wasn't a catering offer. Oh, I can't remember. I'll put everything up here. But I did have one from, where the bloody hell was that? I had one from Red Door Grill. That one. That was the later one. That was a stupid one. On the restaurant part, at least. Oh, God. Blimey, I had to go through my orders just to figure out what I actually did. Okay, so that one from Carmen's was actually a one offer that came through Grubhub, and it was paying pretty well. So it was not really a catering order, but I reckon if it had been on the Doordash site, it would have been. But anyway, because it was two pretty big bags, I've got a picture, I'll put it up here. And it was paying like nearly $20 for that one, and it had to go 8 miles, if that. And yeah, just got it down there, left it at the door, hit the flipping button as delivered, push gone. Anyway, but yeah, I did another one from Uber Eats at some stage. Oh no, that was the Mint. That was the first one. There may have been another one after that. But I did get the first offer that I got for off a DoorDash for catering. Crikey, my brain is ripping crazy tonight. Was a catering order, and that was from Hula Hands. I wouldn't normally go into Hula Hands, but it was paying all right. And I got there, guess right, yeah, it was a catering order. Just took a picture of the thing, at the bag, went in there, and it took a couple of minutes to get someone to help me, but they were, I wouldn't say it was overly busy in there, but I mean, they had staff that were moving around. And anyway, picked up the bag, just one big heavy bag, brown bag, and it said to make sure that the desserts are in it. Well, all I could do was to ask, and the woman that I was asking went, yeah. She just looked at, you couldn't look in it because it was you know, sealed shut, stapled shut, I suppose. I don't know, so I can't look in there, so you just got to go on what they tell you. Anyhow, it was the delivery to Raytown. I know that one. I don't like delivering in Raytown. I'm not too keen on delivering in Raytown. It's a bit of a varied area, and I live in Raytown, so. But it's it can go from one extreme to the other very, very quickly, and like housing wise, and how how rough it can be, I suppose. But anyway, well, that's pretty much anywhere. Let's turn this off, get a bit warm in here. Anyway, so delivered that. Well, actually, no, hang on, there's not an end to this story. I got to Raytown, found the address fairly okay, got to the address, and there were several vehicles in the drive. And as soon as I pulled up, I mean, it was a dark street, wasn't a very well lit street, usual, and there was no porch light on. And I could see how flipping rough the flipping garden was. The cars were parked over a little bit. It was not a whole lot of room to get up through there, so I knew I was going to have to go through the grass area. And it wasn't mowed. I don't care whether it's not mowed or not. Mine isn't off. I don't care really. But if there's no light, if the customer hasn't helped by putting a bloody light on, then, you know, anything can happen. I mean, there's twigs in the garden. You can walk across and end up tripping arse over tick because you've gone over a twig. That's got lots of limbs and whatever on it. There was other stuff and that in the garden. Anyway, as I pulled in there, it was like the front of the van. I couldn't get the van around, so to get the headlights pointed. And I thought someone would have come out maybe if they'd seen us. They've got to have been waiting on it. Well, they were. But anyway, so I backed off, went up the road a tad, spun around in the road, came back and pointed the van, got it on their drive, mostly on their drive, and pointed the van directly at their front door and lit that flipping front door right up with my lights. In fact, I've done a little video at the end of it saying this is what happens when you don't put a bloody porch light on, because anything can happen. It's absolutely ridiculous. People need to think about it. And Doordash were supposed to be sending out notices for people to switch the porch light on. If their porch light didn't work or they didn't have a light, then do something else to try and get some light out there. The last thing you want is the bloody driver to be walking up there to delivering your food, or delivering the food, and to trip arse over tip and flipping land in it and flatten your food everywhere. Yeah, you'll probably get a refund. But the trouble is if the driver hurts themselves, you can contact Doordash. Contact Doordash. You know, you can get bloody an ambulance or whatever sent to you, and then just maybe Doordash will get onto the customer and deal with that. But if they don't, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been through that process, but there's stuff there that's there to assist you. And if it's not Doordash not flipping helping you, then there's plenty of bloody attorneys or whatever on the telly every night. Call one of them. Because if you get injured on the job because of someone else's negligence, they know that food was on their way. I went to a house one time, and I mean, there's a number of ways they could have done this if their lights weren't working. I mean, yeah, you can be absent-minded and that, but again, I mean, the driver can get hurt. And I went to a house sometime last year in the winter time, and it was dark out. It was dark out, and I guess their porch light weren't working. And what they'd done is they definitely tried. What they'd done is put this on the porch. They put a torch on the porch and had it up in the air so you could actually see with the rebound off the roof. Always carry a torch, by the way, especially one like this fun one. But it's yeah, so I weren't happy when I got to that. I weren't happy with that, and I lost that. It was a catering order, and it was paying pretty well, and they had paid pretty well, but it weren't enough to. You got to flipping be responsible to turn the bloody light on. I mean, when they put the order in, it was bloody dark, so it was. Anyhow, there's a video which I'll put at the end of this video. You can go watch it. It only lasts about 10 seconds, if that. But anyway, so if you ever come into that situation, don't be afraid, because you don't want to flipping fall over and hurt yourself. Light the house up. Get your headlights on it, and if you're like me and got LED headlights on it, put the damn things on full beam so they know that you're there. Because that just ain't on. It's for your protection. Definitely for your protection. Because you don't want to fall over and hurt yourself, and you don't want to go through all the rigmarole of dealing with whatever goes on after that. Because that can end your night. Not only end your night, it could, if you hurt yourself, you could be off for a week or two. I don't know. It all depends on how bad it all is, I suppose. Because there was concrete there as well, so you could fall over and hit that. You could hit your head on something else as well. Crap in the garden, branches, whatever. But anyway, so I did put some lights on that front. So anyway, delivered that one. It was a good paying order, that's for sure. But anyway, it would have been made better if they put some bloody light on the place. But no, it was good. I hadn't been to Houlihan's for a while. But anyway, I heard as I got back to the van, I was walking back to the van, and I heard the bloke came out the front door. And he was shouting to someone else inside saying, "Oh, they haven't left it yet." What do you mean you haven't left it yet? My lights are on the bloody flipping beamed onto the food. And you'll see it in the video, because you could see the food out there still. There was a table just outside of the door. It was a covered porch. But it was a long porchway that went along the front windows and that. And it was concrete there, and there was a step up towards it. And anyhow, there was a couple of chairs, I think, out there, and there was this little table. It was a little bit further away from the door, but I didn't want to just dump it on the floor, so I just put it on the table. So I don't think the Wally flipping saw it, first of all, even though my lights were flipping beamed right onto it. Anyhow, so lesson to be learned. Make sure that you light that place up. And I had another one a bit later on that was similar to that. They did have some lights on, but it was the walkway along to it that was difficult to see. So yeah, that one there was a lot of headlights turned on to that too. Anyway, so yeah, got that one done. Went back to Lee's Summit, because a few offers came through from Raytown, but they weren't all that good. Anyway, I came out of there. I was happy to get out of there. And what's the other one I did? And another one came in later on, another catering offer. And that was for Red Door Grill. Yeah, Red Door Grill. Only been there, I think. Only been to that one once before. I've eaten at the one in Liberty, but haven't been to this one. It ain't been all that long. But anyway, got there, pulled up, parked up, went inside. And yeah, it was another catering order, by the way, if I didn't already say. And some bird at the front didn't understand what I was there for, or she needed help again. She was there last time. She was a bit of a airhead, I think. I don't know. She weren't all there that last time. But anyway, they seem to have a lot of staff there though. And it was around about 10:30 or so, or just before that. And apparently they close at 11. But they had some people that wandered in just before I went in, and they got seated. So half an hour before they close, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? Anyway, and then there was people around the bar, quite a lot of people around that bar. And there's some other people sat down as well. Oh, blimey. Anyway, so this bird, she gets his kid to come over, and he says, all right, I'll go in and get it. And no, another bird went in to get it. That's right. Another bird goes in to get it, and she comes out with one bag. And then that kid went in there, and he goes, no, he says there's two. And then he comes up to me, he goes, I've got these two big brown bags, and he says to me, when you get your customer, can you tell them that that we wasn't able to put, I think it was enchiladas, I can't remember. He says we wasn't able to do that because we don't have any. And can you tell them that? And what we'll do is they can have the option of ringing us up and maybe getting a refund. I said, why don't we do it this way around? Why don't we ring the customer now and give them the option now? Because there's clearly a lot of food here. So there's going to be several people at this address, probably, because there's a lot. And why don't we give them the option now? Because while I'm here, if they rip here and want, maybe they want to swap it for something else, or you can discuss. So I said, I'll do it this way. So I rang the customer through the app. Didn't know their number directly, but you hit it through the app. And she answered after a few rings. And I said, it's Ray from Doordash, your Doordash driver. So I'm at the restaurant, and they're telling me that there's part of your meal that they can't do. So I said, I'll hand you over to him, and he can give you the options. Because it made no bloody sense. I mean, this person has ordered all this food, and I don't understand whether this was going to be a meal for someone else that was at the house. Was they going to lose out on the meal? I don't know. I mean, there was plenty of food there to flip and share for sure. But I mean, it seemed like there was plenty of it to share. I mean, there was two bloody great big brown bags. But anyway, so he says, oh, all right. So I gave him the phone, and he went off and did what he had to do, talking with her on the phone, and he came out and he handed the phone back to me, and the lady had just been hung up. And so he says, oh, we're going to make some other meals, we're going to swap it for something else. It'll be a few minutes. And sure, fine. It made no bloody sense. It's like, while I'm here, you have the option. I'm not going to go to someone's house that's ordered all of this and tell them that potentially they may have missed someone in the food. Anyhow, so I was in there about another 10 minutes while they cooked whatever they were cooking. And he came out with this biggest tray with more food in it. And it looked like, I don't know what I saw of it. It was bloody hot, I know, because he gave it to me and I just put it in the bag, one of the bags. And I left. Anyhow, so I said, when I got to the address, and that was quite funny, I got to the address and I couldn't quite figure out, it was in a cul-de-sac, bit of an odd way this was. And it weren't far away. And it was yet another one of these dark, flipping residential streets. And I pulled up on the wrong driveway. And there was this little kid the other side. I don't know how old this girl was. And she came out and she says, "Oh, you Doordash?" Like I said, it was dark there. I mean, my headlights were on. It certainly lit the place up. And there was a porch light on the house that I had to deliver to, but there was also a porch light on the house that I'd parked on. But anyway, I said, "Yeah, I am." And she asked who it was for, and she says, "Oh, that's one there." She says, "I'll go get her. I'll go get." She says, "I can help." I don't know how old she was, 8 or 9, 10, something like that. Apparently, she was the other side of the car that I'd parked behind, and it startled her a bit. But she was real helpful when she went and knocked. I said, "Well, I've got to hand it to him." So she went, "Oh, okay, I'll go get him." So she went and knocked on the door and got him to come out. And the lady came out to us, and I was having difficulty getting it out of one of the bags there. Because all of it wouldn't fit in the catering bag, would you believe? Anyway, so I had to use 2 bags, one of the smaller ones that I got, and it only just about fitted in that. So getting it out was a little bit difficult. But anyway, I wanted to keep it warm. Or at least assist it in keeping warm as long as I could. Not that I had to go that far, but anyway. But anyway, I told her, the lady came out, and I said to her, the reason why I called is that they told me to tell you that there was one, like, they wanted me to leave the restaurant, bring the food in, tell you that they couldn't do one of the meals or one of the dishes, whatever it was, and then you would have had to call them, and they probably would have gone home by the time you got around to calling them, and then for you to get a refund. I said it made no bloody sense. That just seemed a lot of flipping hassle on your part. And obviously you've flipping paid enough money to go there or get food from there. So I said, I just opted to give you a call. So she went, "Why did they do that?" She said, "Well, thank you for doing that." But she couldn't understand why they did that. So hopefully that kid isn't aspiring to be a manager, because you've got a long way to go. Anyway, so lesson learned. Don't ever flipping leave the restaurant thinking that's a good idea, because it ain't. It's an absolutely ridiculous idea, I thought. But just call the customer and give them the option. If they want to get a refund, then they can choose to get a refund. If they want to get something else, change whatever it was, then it can be done there. You'll have to wait another 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. But you know that you're going to be getting paid at the other end. You know that it's a good deal. I think it was actually paying like just 16 and some change. But again, it wasn't going that far. 4 miles, 5 miles. Maybe not that far. But it was, and it was just a straight road. Got out of the flipping restaurant and just went up Pryor Road, did a left on Chipman, and it was all the way up Chipman. And you didn't just turn right into the road that I had to go deliver to. It was well easy flipping job. Delivery at least, a drive to it. But yeah, it was... you have to think on your feet. And don't always believe the restaurant staff, because they got new staff all the time. They've got new people coming in. They've got high school kids that are fresh out of school with not much of a brain cell between their ears, maybe. Or still trying to figure the ways out of the world, maybe. But either way, you got to think and bloody assist in the way that you feel fit. But I wouldn't ever do that. That was ridiculous advice to do. But no, rest of the night, something came in after that. I think I got I got another one after that. It was Pardon My Cheesesteak. And that was after that. Pardon My Cheesesteak, and that was IHOP. And that was to, it wasn't that far away. It was another 4 miles down the road. And it was only $6.50, and that's what it stayed at. But it was fine. It was easy. It was okay to go do that one, because we were right there at IHOP anyway, so just across the road from it. So I did that one and came back and went to the Quick Trip. Waited at the Quick Trip on 291. Squeaky, that, isn't it? And this offer came in for Uber Eats. I was actually thinking about, maybe give it up, because we'd done all right for the night. It was actually pretty good. We hadn't done so many orders, but what we had got, we're paying pretty bloody well. So we did more than quota, and we hadn't been out so many hours. I mean, because it's like 2:30 in the morning here now, doesn't mean a lot, because I just took my time coming back. Plus, I also had to get on the phone to Uber Eats, which I'll get to now. So anyway, I was up at 291. This offer comes in, a few stupid offers as usual. An offer comes in for McDonald's in Longsview, the other side of town. And I went, and I saw how much it was paying. It was paying like just under $19, and I saw where it was going to, like as the guys like the cross streets or whatever they call it. And I went, well, I know where that is. I'll do that. And for that money, yeah, I'll drive the other side of town. So I went over there, and then about halfway over there, I said to my wife, I said, this is an Uber Eats order. I do hope this restaurant's open. Because if it was if it was a Doordash order, and you got to the restaurant and it was closed, so you report it closed through the app and send in a picture if need, but you send in a picture, and you would get half pay. And I went through this the other night. But anyway, it was easy as that. Normally you usually get half pay, but with Uber Eats, no matter how far you've been driven, they will give you only $3. Now, I've driven a ways to get there. I mean, not a whole. I mean, it was probably zipping 7 miles to get there, let's say. And so not a great deal of driving, but anyway, I got over there, and as we came down the road, I was like, okay, which one is it? Oh, there it is. It was hiding me on all the greenery, and I had to get over to the other side of the road and get up into their car park. Well, as we came down the road, as we got close to them and went to turn, the lights went out on the outside lights. Shit. Not again. Anyhow, goes in there. I saw some people escaping out the back as we were like going around through to the drive-through, because there were still lights on inside, and I saw someone inside. So I thought, well, maybe they're waiting for it. So anyway, I went through to the drive-through, waited on the speaker thing. There was another vehicle there, and they'd moved on. I didn't know if they were actually got their order or what. But anyway, got to speak to someone or not. So I followed them around because I wasn't getting any joy at their speaker. So anyway, so I gets to the window. This other car's gone. I gets to the window. No one there. Gets to the next window. No one there. So I calls them. Calls the restaurant. Rings and rings and rings. Goes to a voicemail that's not set up. So I go back around the other side of the building where I'd seen someone previously. And there was 2 cars parked out there. So I knocks on the window pretty vipping hard, on the door. Knocks on there pretty hard. Didn't see anyone. Because I thought they would have had it ready. Because it was supposed to be vipping and ready to pick up, right? Nothing. So again, I calls the restaurant. Nothing. It goes back to that voicemail thing. So I drove back around again, see if I could see anyone. No. Then I went, okay, just nothing I can do. So I sat outside one of the windows and I was calling Uber Eats. And then as I was on the phone to them, I just went and moved over elsewhere in the car park. And anyway, I also looked online on Google, and it said that their drive-through was open until 12 a.m. Well, it was about 22 flipping 20 to 12 at the time, and so they closed early. And none other bloody restaurant had done that. And they got to have known that we were on our way. Anyhow, I did go on Uber Eats and went through their automated system and hit the restaurant closed. But then I thought, well, hang on, the last time I did this, they didn't give me any monies. So I called them. I got on the chat. No, not on the chat. I actually called them. And got someone on the phone, told me exactly what had gone on. And she says, okay, yeah. And I didn't check, actually. I meant to have checked. But if I actually got payment for that. It was only going to be $3, but it was better than a kick up the arse, I suppose. But it pees me off yet again. Actually, I'm going to check that, see if it's on the system yet. Alright, well, I just tried to check the Uber flipping site and or the app, and it's not saying. I can't get to my earnings on it for some reason. That part has disappeared, so I'll have to reboot the app, reboot the phone, and deal with that in a bit. But yeah, so the only way to get paid is to actually call Uber and to make sure that they actually do pay you. It's because they just don't automatically do it, apparently. So always do that. Only problem is don't bother to do it if it's a busy time, because just forgo the flipping $3, because if it's really busy, you're gonna waste 20 minutes on the bloody phone with them or on the chat support, whichever, and it ain't gonna be worth your time probably. So you know darn well all you're gonna get is $3. So you just take your chance. Whether you want to flipping go for it, waste of time doing it. I wanted to do it out of principle because I'd bloody well driven the other side of town, which really wasn't that far, but it was. I turned down a couple of Doordash offers because I knew I was on my way to that, and that was paying nearly $19. But anyway. And talking about getting paid for half pay and that, I did a job early hours of Friday morning, like about 1 o'clock in the morning, half 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. and it was Taco Bell on 291. We waited in that line, and it was really, really busy. And when we finally got to the order box, they said that basically they wasn't going to do the food, because what they pointed out was that they had no product. I won't go into that. That's in a previous video, but it was I weren't happy. I mean, these restaurants just feel like they can just up and go. They said there was no product. Complete load of bollocks, basically, in my opinion. Because when do you think that Taco Bell is going to run out of everything? No. Do the sensible thing. If you are out of beef or tomatoes or whatever it is, then do the sensible thing and just try to flipping offer someone something. It's just because they didn't want to cook anymore at that time of night. And there was a line of people behind us in vehicles, and there was several vehicles in front of us too. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'd looked on I'd called Doordash support on that one and reported it closed, and I was supposed to get half pay on that one, which apparently is $7.25. And, but again, out of principle, sitting in that bloody line for so long, I wanted to make sure I got it. But I didn't see it on my payment account. So when I got home, I gave them the call. Spoke to the first bloke, and he was supposedly gone off to check it. I don't know if he forgot about me or he was going home, I don't know, but left me on hold for a while. And then all of a sudden something comes up and it's saying that, and I could hear my voice. Somehow or other, he'd called my phone, it was ringing into my voicemail, and I'm there leaving a voice message for myself. So I never did hear from him, so I hung up on that, and then I called straight back and got someone else to help, and she went back and checked it all. Didn't know why I hadn't been paid for it, and she came back, told me exactly all the details it was, because I couldn't quite remember how much it all was, but I knew where I'd been, what time it was, and the customer's name, because I'd actually corresponded with the customer while I was in that line, saying that it was a long line, it might be a while. And then when they refused to make it, I wrote to her again and said, well, the restaurant's refusing to make it, so that way she can get onto DoorDash too. But she also tried to, and I took a picture of the note, the email or message that she sent me. So that was why I knew her name, or remember her name. So yeah, so I called that, and I don't know, they're supposed to be doing something. She looked it all up. So hopefully that'll be in my account tomorrow. I mean, it's only $7 and you could just flipping let it go by. But, you know, we've all bloody worked for it. We ain't out here to flipping let DoorDash take all the monies, or we ain't out here to flipping work on behalf of DoorDash, sit in lines for flipping 15, 20 minutes and then don't get an offer. You can't complete the order because the bloody restaurant has decided that they want to go home. Yes. So always flipping get onto them. Don't take it lying down, just get onto them. Get your money, get what you deserve, because you're out here to earn. You're not out here to work for them. You're out here to earn. And Just get it. Do what you can to get it. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. I'll go in and watch a bit of telly, probably fall asleep in front of it, get some editing done, and then get ready for another day of dashing. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching, and you know, if you enjoyed the video, if it done anything for you or helped you out, hit the thumbs up. And yeah, just think about subscribing if you haven't already done so. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have fun. Cheers. Ta-da. When the porch light ain't on, light the bloody house up here anyway.